Hello, I will explain about the type of M&A that involved in this case between FNN and Coca-Cola. Back in 2005, Fraser and Neff Holdings Berhad, or we can call it FNN, entered into a significant deal with the Coca-Cola company. But instead of a typical share-based merger, this was actually an asset acquisition. That means FNN did not buy any shares or gain equity in Coca-Cola. Instead, what FNN acquired? FNN acquired a specific asset that linked to Coca-Cola's bottling operations here in Malaysia. This includes things like concentrate rights, bottling facilities, and distribution infrastructure. So rather than owning part of Coca-Cola, FNN took over its physical operations in the country. Since both companies operate in the non-alcoholic beverage industry, this transaction is categorized as horizontal acquisition because it's between firms in the same industry line. So this move allowed FNN to strengthen its presence in the beverage market, leveraging Coca-Cola's well-established operations without needing to go through a full merger. So why the merger and acquisition took place? This is due to FNN use an asset acquisition to take over Coca-Cola's bottling operation in Malaysia. Instead of buying shares, FNN acquired assets like concentrate rights, bottling plants, and distribution network, allowing for a quick entry and scale in the beverage market. Coca-Cola sold this asset as a part of its global focus on sales and the brand management. This approach ensures a smooth transfer of operations without changing a company ownership. The deal is to help FNN expand its product range, strengthen its market positions, and improve distribution and logistics, gaining a competitive advantage in the non-alcoholic beverage industry.
Discuss the main reasons for merger and acquisition. The first one is revenue growth and brand leverage. Surprisingly, revenue saw an immediate boost. Coca-Cola's strong brand loyalty and high consumer demands that increased sales for FNN, but the benefits didn't stop there. FNN also gained access to Coca-Cola's global marketing expertise, product innovation, and operational best practices. This partnership elevated FNN's capabilities and enhanced its brand image across the board. So the second reason is expanded distribution and product diversification. Another major advantage was the expansion of FNN's distribution network. Coca-Cola's established presence in restaurants, retail outlets, and vending machines gave FNN a powerful platform to distribute not only Coca-Cola products, but also its own beverages like 100 Plus. This diversification helped reduce FNN's reliance on a few core products, spreading business risks and ensuring long-term sustainability. The third reason is strategic impact and market leadership. In conclusion, this acquisition was a strategic masterstroke that aligned perfectly with FNN's long-term vision of becoming a leader in Southeast Asia's food and beverage industry. It allowed the company to dominate the market, improve operational efficiency, and expand its customer base while also preventing potential competitors from gaining a foothold in Malaysia's beverage sector.
So next, we move to financial side effect of merger and acquisition. For the value of FNN Holding Berhad before the merger is RM5.20 per share for each share price as for 30 September 2005. And for Coca-Cola's bottling operation in Malaysia, it's no standalone market share price because it is global corporation. So the acquired Coca-Cola bottling operation were treated as an asset acquisition, not as a share-based merger. The number of shares outstanding for FNN Holding Berhad before the merger was at 356,493,101 units.
In 2005, FNN Holding made a strategic move by acquiring Coca-Cola bottling operation in Malaysia. The total cost of this acquisition was RM75.37 million, which was paid to Coca-Cola subsidiary Alternative Industry. This amount covered not just the concentrate right, but also the bottling facility and distribution network in Malaysia. So, the purpose of this acquisition was to strengthen FN's position in the beverage market.
Next is synergy value. We observe net profit increase from RM 132 million in 2005 and 143 million in 2006, giving incremental annual synergy gain of RM 11 million. Assuming the synergy continue as chain for 5 years and apply 8% discount rate, the present value of this synergy gain is RM 43 million. This synergy value represents the expected financial benefit from improved economy of the scale and operational achieved after acquisition. The financial assessment of the merger focus on three key metrics: the net present value, earning per share, and the PE ratio. Let's start with the net present value or NPV. First, we calculate the present value of the expected synergy at 43 million. However, the cost of acquisition was 75 million. This is give us an NPV of the 43 million minus 75 million, which is a result is negative NPV of 32 million. It showed the negative NPV like this suggests the acquisition will destroy shareholder value because the cost of the DSS the expected financial benefit from the synergies. Next, let's look at the earnings per share or EPS. After acquisition, the company net profit was RM 132 million with 356,493,101 share outstanding. Dividing net profit by the number of the share give EPS of RM 0.371. This shows how much the profit attribute to each share, giving investor a clear sense of profitability of the per share basics. Now moving on the price to earning or PE ratio. Using the share price of 5 ringgit 20 cent and our EPS 0.371. We calculate the PE ratio to be 40.02. That means investors are willing to pay about 40 times the company annual earning per share. A PE ratio of 40.02 suggests the market valuation of the company is reasonable compared to its earnings.
Assessment of financial gain from the acquisition. The 2005 asset acquisition between FNN Holding Berhad and Coca-Cola's Malaysian bottling operations delivered a mixed result. The deal cost FNN the 75 million ringgit, while the estimated synergy value based on an annual 11 million ringgit profit over 5 years at 8% discount rate was around 43 million ringgit. This resulted in a negative net present value of 32 million, suggesting the financial return did not justify the investment. Despite this, FNN's net profit increased from 132 million ringgit in 2005 to 142 million ringgit in 2006, reflecting a short-term gains likely due to improved distributions, operational efficiency, and economy of scale. The 2005 EPS was around 37 cents ringgit, and the PE ratio stood at 14 times, indicating a moderate investor confidence. Through this figure alone do not confirm a long-term profitability. Strategically, the acquisition allowed FNN to expand its beverage portfolio, strengthen its distribution network, and tap into Coca-Cola's brand value. While these benefits are not directly reflected in NPV, they supported a stronger market positioning and future profitability. In summary, the acquisition may not have been financially profitable in isolation, but it brought about operational improvements and strategically advantages that likely contribute to FNN for long-term growth.
In this acquisition, Coca-Cola did not use any deficit technique because it was a friendly deal. Coca-Cola willing to sell its bottling operation in Malaysia to FNN as part of their global strategy. However, in other M&A cases, especially in hotel takeover, companies may use deficit technique to protect themselves. This includes first, ocean pay, to make takeover more expensive. Second, white knight, to find a better buyer. Third, crowd jewel, to sale of valuable asset, and the last one is golden parachute, which gives larger compensations to top management. But again, I mentioned for the FNN case, no such technique were used because it's acquisition done through agreement.